Hi guys, it's Talv, and today I'm going to be showing you the latest version of my Read It Later client SymPaper. This version is version 2.5 and it will hopefully be making its way to the OV store really soon. So this is just sort of an overview of what you can expect with this version. So let me just sign into the app. There's quite a lot of under the hood changes which have gone on in this version, which you may not really notice any benefit of, but they do make a big difference. So the sync process has changed slightly in the sense that what would happen before is if you went onto the Read It Later website and deleted an article, not marked it red, but actually deleted it, that change wouldn't be reflected in SymPaper. What would happen instead was it would sort of just be left dangling in the database on the phone, and the only way you could clear it out would be to sign out and sign back in. But the new sync process kind of handles all that. So if you delete an article on the Read It Later site and sync again, that the article is removed from the phone's database. The back end is switched from using XML to JSON, which is sort of the preferred Read It Later format. So that's not a big change for you guys, but it does definitely make the coding aspect of it a lot easier for me. Okay, so those are the big sort of under the hood changes, and let's have a look at what sort of changes for you guys there are. First thing, once you've got into the app and you've got your list up, you'll notice that we're using the Read It Later yellow instead of what we previously had, the sort of orangey colour, and sort of rounded corners are gone from the list items, sort of square edges. Just sort of minor cosmetic things, but they do make it a bit nicer in my opinion. In the list view, the URLs have disappeared for articles. The reason for that being a lot of people said they weren't really interested in what the URL was. They just wanted to see more of the title, and the single line before was quite limiting to them. They said they can only see a couple of words, so now you get a double line of the title, and so yep, you get to see well, more of what's important to you. Also in the top right hand corner up here we have an article counter. So in this view mode we've got 37 articles available to us. Next to that is a search bar here, so and that does sort of letter by letter filtering. So let me put it back into all. This is probably just using one of my save setting files when I've logged in. So go back to all. We've also got these tag or bookmark icons next to it to indicate items that are unread, and obviously you can see unread items are sort of highlighted furthermore by having sort of white text versus the dark grey which red items already have. So if we show you the search bar working, obviously you can see the count has gone back up to 69 there, so because there's more articles available to us. If I type in here, let me do it. So if I search for Nokia and go OK to that, straight away we've got 15 articles being returned, and we've got all the articles with Nokia in the title there. That search is actually a letter by letter search. The only problem is you haven't got a split keyboard there, so you can't really see the advantage of it. But once I figure out how to get split keyboard working with Symbian 3 apps and also being able to compile for Symbian 1 apps, that will be sorted. I tested it out earlier and it is awesome. But like I said, it doesn't compile for Symbian 1 apps if I use the split keyboard, which is a pain. So anyway, those are the main changes there. Oh, also a quit button to sort of fit in with the Symbian Bell guidelines down the bottom there. Ideally, I want to make that into a hide button, but I haven't been able to work out how to do that as of yet. So hopefully that will be sort of a minor update in the next release. This, instead of being a quit button, just being a hide button. Going into article view, what do I want to go to? Let's see. Exactly the same as what you expected before. However, one change that only a couple of people really picked up on, well, not really a change or a problem as such. Before, really long articles would get cut off with sort of a ... And I think 2 people mentioned it to me and they said, what's going on there? And it's sort of, what I'd done is limited articles to 15,000 characters, originally for performance reasons on Symbian 1 devices. What I've done now is increase that limit to 30,000 characters, so you get twice as much article if you're looking for really, really long ones. As far as multi-paging and image support goes, there's none in this build as of yet, but they hopefully will both be coming fairly soon. The only problem with image support is at the moment you're limited to one image and there's no context of where that image goes in the article. So, I mean, I could put that in there, but you would have to, I don't know, say just have your title of your article there and the image, like I say, not in any given context, just sort of underneath it. Multi-page support, I'm waiting for the Read It Later team to get back to me on. What it is the current API doesn't allow for multi-paper support as of yet. Only the iOS devices get it, but they're beta testing a new a new version of the API, which I hopefully will be allowed to use, and you guys will be able to see the benefits of it all there. Let's have a look at sharing. So I don't know what I come out of that for. Go back into the article. Sharing. One of the reviews that I read about SymPaper said that they wished email and SMS had a bit more information in them. There we go. So finally got there. So what I've done is put things like the article title as the subject there that you can see, and just a bit more information in the to scroll there, into the body of the email, and same with SMS as well. So there's a bit more info there. Twitter itself, it's going to ask me to sign in now, I think, so I've cleared out most of the settings for this. Basically, I'm not going to bother doing this, but I'll explain what's changed. What would happen before is it would use the tiny URL web service to shorten the URL of the article and automatically add that to the Twitter tweet box. And what the app now does is uses Twitter's built-in link shortener and just doesn't show you the URL, but it automatically shortens for you, and which is better because when you're reading on other clients and the online Twitter website, it automatically expands them out, which is nicer. And those, I think, are most of the changes. Oh yeah, one other thing. I mentioned before that I was getting an E6, or I had an E6, and I was trying to implement keyboard support into SymPaper, as I have done with my note-taking app SymNote. I actually wasn't able to get keyboard support working fully throughout the app. In fact, the only place I managed to get it working was on the login screen. And you can blame the fact that I got hold of an N950 as the reason for that, because I had the E6 for about a week and a half. The N950 came, and I spent all my time playing with that instead. So apologies to the E6 users out there. Of course, if you want to make it easier to read on your E6, there are a couple of usability things I've got there, so you can adjust the font size, and that makes a big difference for reading on the E6 screen. Oops, didn't want to press that. And to make things easier, hang on, so you can switch the article theme to the light theme there. So, oops, hang on, must have been a setting that's left over. There we go, that's the light theme I was talking about. So there we go, and those do make a difference. Well, they did when I was using it, for me anyway. So hopefully those will have to kind of do for now, until I can see if I can find another keyboard device to test it all out on. Okay, that is SymPaper 2.5, and like I said at the start of the video, hopefully it will be coming to the OV store very shortly. If you want to know more about what I'm doing, or if you've got any more feature suggestions, follow me on Twitter and message me. It's @Talv, which is TALV, and also, don't forget to check out my website, www.talvbansal.com, and on there I usually, probably post this video up there, have some sort of development tutorials, and pretty much the big things that I'm up to, they're all going to be on there. So make sure you check that out as well. I hope you've enjoyed seeing SymPaper 2.5. Catch you guys later.